everyone, welcome to the Body Beatdown.
What's going on, guys? How's everyone doing today? I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. The Body Beatdown here, Michael, on this Sunday afternoon or early evening. It is 5:23 p.m. I think I should have got a drink of water before I started this. So, Michael, what is this? Michael, what is that? Anyway, this is a prop I made. We're going to discuss, I'm going to kind of narrate, kind of talk over a movie that I made with a couple of buddies and my wife, and she makes an appearance, and my youngest son makes an appearance, and what have you. So it's a movie that I did a fan film, an Indiana Jones fan film. We did it in 2015. And first time I ever did anything like this. First time any of us ever did anything like this. And it was a lot of fun. It was an experience. And it was kind of a learning thing. You know, I was really new into trying to edit videos and do stuff. And I'm still not good, but I could probably do better now if I redid it. And I'm not great at storytelling either, because there are some holes in the story. But we'll kind of go over those as we watch the movie. And we're going to have it on silent. We're going to have to mute it because YouTube won't let me have it uploaded. I already tried, believe me, in 2015 and since then. And they mute it because I have like some Steven Spielberg type, you know, movie music. And I have some Halo, you know, music from the video game Halo in there. And just some other things, and they just didn't like all that. And even though I gave credit to all the proper people, it really don't matter. They're kind of picky about that kind of stuff. So it kind of broke my little heart that, you know, at the time only a few people got to watch it. And we'll get it going here, and we'll kind of talk about it as we go. Hope you all enjoy. And again, the audio will be muted, but there might be moments that I turn up the volume where there's no music or something. And we'll just kind of laugh about it and have some fun. Hope you enjoy this. Something kind of a little different. Let me resize my window here if I can. I hate to do this because it's kind of annoying to try to do. And let me do that, and then we do like this. I don't want to take up too much real estate with my old ugly face, but I want to be in there a little bit. There we go. So yeah, let's go ahead and try and get this going here. So I've already got it muted. The Chronicles of Jones, the Pearl of Power, and hint, this is the Pearl of Power, and this is the staff. And so anyway, and you're gonna probably notice some spelling errors in here. I didn't really spell check, and I'm one of the world's worst spellers on the planet. So everything that we did here was kind of it was local. This is actually a swampy kind of area in between where we live and Jackson, Tennessee. There's a kind of a swampy area through there, and these guys are always out doing crazy stuff. So they knew where to go. They're brothers, and the one in the back is a buddy of mine. The one in the front is, you know, we're acquaintances, but you know, we've known the guy in the back since he was a little kid. So yeah, luckily they wanted to have some fun here. And if you'll notice, it's kind of, you may not notice, but it is sped up a little bit. I sped it up because like the real speed of it was pretty slow. So at the time I sped it up a little bit, and you wouldn't really notice it was sped up if you didn't see, you know, the guy in the back there. We'll call him Professor Isaac. You know, his movements are kind of fast there. So, and this whole video was shot with my digital SLR. And the bad thing about that is it doesn't have autofocus or anything. It's an old digital SLR from about 2009, 2010. It's a Nikon D3100. And but I did the best I could. I even made a little camera rig for it out of CPVC, and I'm using it here, and it's not helping. So just kind of, I used what I could, and my phone at the time, heck, I probably could have used it and would have done just as good or better. Now, if I would have had this, my little action camera, that would have worked out even better, because it has image stabilization and autofocus, and you can make this right here look still, like it's not moving. So technology is great these days. But anyhow, yeah, this is some woods. I think we're out by LBL, by Land Between the Lakes area. And what am I doing here? Daggum light. Let me turn these off. There. Uh-oh. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. But anyway, they are moving around here. And I think I have music here. I'm not real sure. No, I don't. And the acting is really fun. We found it. There it is. I love it. So, yeah, it does have some audio there. Some music. So let me crank that down. But, again, we had a good time, and they knew where some of these little spots were out at LBL. And, of course, I didn't. I never really went out there. But, they knew where this little bunker thing was, and I had this little chest. I took one of my wife's little chests, whatever the thing is, and that's what we use here. And pretending like he's digging it up, of course. And but I'm glad, they were gung ho and pretty ready to do stuff. Sometimes they had to kind of cancel, days and stuff where we should have got out there, but overall things went fairly well. And you'll see he's holding a journal. I made the journal and drew pictures in there and did all kind of stuff and tried to age it and all that. And I do like how he just throws it, though. It's kind of a nice little part. And there's the Pearl of Power. And that's yours truly, me, Indiana Jones' grandson. And this paper clipping that you're going to see here in just a moment is something that I printed out, and I just kind of pasted it in the newspaper, try and make it look kind of legit. And talking about this hiker, who found Jones' journal. So
it's going to be my grandfather's journal.
It is going to be your grandfather's journal. So luckily I had my son here. My oldest son was still in Las Vegas. We just moved back in 2014, and so my oldest son was still in Las Vegas, and or he would have been in it too, but he wasn't here. But yeah, we had a good time. Now, what I was gonna do, my plans for this was, I have some of the original footage that I shot, and my original plan that I keep forgetting that I can't do, but my original plan was to redo this and try to add in some new music and music score, and so I could get it uploaded. But I don't, for some reason, have all the pieces to the puzzle. I don't have all the original footage, and I could take some from what I got here from my movie and kind of place in there. And this story is this hiker found my grandpa's journal that you just seen Professor Isaac throw. He found it out in the woods. And so whenever you're making a story, you got to kind of make sure you fill in all the little holes there, so people kind of exactly know what's going on. It's kind of obvious what happened here, but and so now he's sending out his goons, and that the first guy that went out was one of my brother-in-laws. He's sending out his goons to take care of me.
I've got it, Jones. It's all mine.
evil laugh. You got to have the evil laugh. And this is our library. They let us do a scene in the library. And this is my wife that reluctantly did this part. She was okay with it, but she was very very nervous, and because there was people here. There was a group of kids kind of over that way, and it kind of affected both of us. We weren't projecting our voices quite like we should, and again, the script was just I had scripts wrote out and everything, and but we kind of loosely kind of followed them and kind of ad-libbed a little bit and just kind of got through them the best we could, because we're not actors. So what I'm doing here is I'm just taking the journal to Miss Elizabeth to just try to examine, see if she can find any clues that might help out. What's going on, and why maybe Professor Isaac took the journal. And I still have, I think I still have the little journal I made and stuff. And of course I still got the staff. I made 2 staffs. I made a smaller one for one scene, but then I made a full size one for a final scene. Doing something like that is fun. It's stressful because I'm kind of put in a position where I got to kind of tell my wife, do this. You got to speak a little louder. You got to do this, and here we go.
Perhaps we can go out for coffee.
Perhaps we can go out for some coffee.
Yes, it has. Appreciate it very much.
So we're fixing to have a wonderful fight scene that's hilarious. Again, I've never done nothing like this, and this is of course one of Professor Isaac's goons coming to get me. So let me turn that down. Again, don't want to get punished by YouTube. So yeah, it was some good fun. Watch this.
Well, things didn't go.
Things didn't go well. When you want something done, you gotta do it yourself. And the funny part about his moaning there is he didn't make any sounds when he fell. And I'm like, well, I need some sounds. Yeah. So I found that crazy soundbite online and just put that in there, and that was funny. That was fun to do. Everybody thought that was a funny touch. And you notice how the colors look bad here. Number one, that house that we were living in had horrible lighting. Number two, I didn't know at the time. Well, let me tell you in a minute.
Isaac? Elizabeth?
That's right. Now I'm certain there is more than Earl.
So what this is Isaac is calling me. He and his goons took Elizabeth and holding her captive, and so he's giving me stuff I have to, telling me things I have to do. He wants the journal. He knows there's more to the Pearl of Power than just the pearl. There's more to it, which is the staff, and he's making me, kind of help him out, or he's going to hurt Elizabeth. What's funny is they were in a couple of rooms in the back, in the utility room, on a phone talking, and I had to shut the doors that way you wouldn't hear them. So I had the phone on speaker, and then you could hear him that way, like I was really talking to him. So that was pretty fun. And this here's... Is there any audio? Alright, we'll try and listen here. But that's one of my Indiana Jones hats that I had. I sold all my stuff except a couple of things. Still got my jacket. But all these are like replicas of real Indiana Jones gear. I got a whip, and of course the whip holder and all that is really good. The hat, I had two hats. One is a Fed 4 or a Cobra, whatever, and it's more of a replica, from another company. But then I had Steve Delk, which made Indiana Jones's hat for Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. He actually made hats for sale, and custom hats, and you could measure and tell him what you wanted and customize it and all that. And I bought one of those as well, but I didn't really use it for any of this. So I used a little bit lesser expensive, close enough hat, and it was actually, I liked it better than the expensive replica from Mr. Delk. So
Wish me luck.
the jacket, of course, it's official. It's like really good. So I got music there that'll definitely be copywritten. So we got me taking a trip from good old Tennessee over to Kansas. Actually, all of us. He told, said meet me at the airport, and so he and his goon met me at the airport. So now we flew out to Kansas. Listen.
What are you, a lion tamer? And my grandfather got that a lot too, I'm sure. Be careful, it's a rental.
What are you, a lion tamer? Yeah, my grandfather got that a lot too. And then Professor Isaac says, be careful, it's a rental. I love that line. I love that just that little clip there. I don't know. It's kind of funny. This here's kind of long and drawn out. It's just kind of a car ride, and we're going to do some talking in the car. I don't think there's any music.
Professor Isaac, how did you get my grandfather's journal?
It was quite easy. Remember a couple weeks ago when we had that meeting at your house with all his professors? You're all too trusting.
So he got my journal while he was at my house.
The archaeology, history, and the school.
We all have our flaws.
And this, of course, is just part of our county we're driving around in. And so pretty much after this drive is when I really don't have any of the footage, any of the raw footage.
So if you knew the importance of the journal, why did you just leave it?
Once I found the Pearl of Power, I did more research. I knew there was more to it, and I knew the journal had the answers.
And
So you've had your goons spying on me?
I got my youngest
We've
kid.
known one another for 15 years.
He's using my,
Jones,
digital SLR trying to get us filmed here.
Even close friends.
We're all trying
Now you've brought a
to read some lines.
What was I to do? Be a good boy and keep deciphering those clues.
I'll be a good boy.
So they got me along because I got to try and decipher these clues in this journal. But yeah, that's something a lot of you out there don't know on the Body Beatdown, especially, is that I'm a huge Indiana Jones fan, and some of the greatest movies that's ever been put to film. Let's face it, especially the first three.
Okay, we're here.
But the last two that they made are not bad, so I'm perfectly fine with them. Where a lot of people don't like them, but they're good stuff. And we're gonna have to turn it down in a minute. What's funny is I'm out of the vehicle here. I'm actually filming, but I'm supposed to be in the vehicle, so it's kind of funny. I'm out. I think my son was still in there. I don't remember if he got out with me or not. We'll turn this up a little.
Okay, let's go. Come on. I hope you know what you're doing.
Would you hand me with you if I didn't?
You say.
It's gonna be this way.
So we go for some trekking through the woods here, down the stream, and this was really it was a nice place to go, and it was perfect for what we were looking for. And this is one of my favorite shots of the whole movie, when I step into frame like that, and that's one of my favorite scenes. And it's kind of funny because I'm naturally kind of a nice guy, and so I'm really being nice to him here. It's like I help him across the stream, and I'm like, come on, buddy. Oh, I can't turn that up. There's music. So anyway, and something else that's funny, if I remember to point it out, pretty soon I'll try to remember to point it out. See, stuff like this, I could have cut the shot a lot earlier and done things a lot differently. But of course, like I said, you know, all new to this kind of stuff. And I think this has music too. Yeah, it's got music, so I can't turn it up. But basically, I'm saying we got to go up here. And with like most low budget movies, you know, fan movies and stuff like that, there's a lot of walking, a lot of static camera, and a lot of stuff like that. So, you know, when you're not a professional, it shows. But we had fun. And I said, I'll go first.
When you get up there, tell me that whip down. I'm tired. Tired? Yeah. You getting old, Professor?
I said, I'll go first, and he said, when you get up there, throw me the whip down, and to help him up, to help kind of pull him up. And some of the stuff I'm doing is not easy.
All right, boys. Come on. Throw me the whip.
And I got to turn it down now because, or here in just a second.
You're getting old.
And on the on this part here, you might notice, which you may not, but that's actually not a whip. I had a rope. I bought a rope and I spray painted it because it wasn't kind of the right color. But I just spray painted it and used it for that. And then you'll see the rope or the whip kind of right there in my hand. But I didn't want to use my whip to try and pull someone up. And you'll notice we left his little goon, his little goon buddy down there. He just got to get up on his own. So this right here was another cool part.
This is it. We got to get up above the rocks.
That we came face to face with, and it was probably 14, 16 feet up in, you know, up, something like that, somewhere around there. And it was all slippery and treacherous and never done it before.
There, are we? See any other way?
And I gotta turn it down because we're gonna have music pop in here.
More than you know.
So I'm letting you know it's gonna be worth following me up there more than you know. So obviously I may know something that I've seen in the journal probably that looks like danger. So yeah, you know, his time's coming, maybe. But and I sped this up too, and of course it loses focus because my camera again doesn't have autofocus, and they weren't down there, you know, they wouldn't have really known how to sit there and racket focus and all that kind of stuff. And so it just kind of is what it is, and you kind of do what you do. And that was hard. That was very difficult to get up. That was not easy. But by the time I got up there, yeah, it's probably maybe 12 feet. I don't like to over exaggerate things, but somewhere maybe between 12 and 14ish. I don't know, but it was up there pretty good ways. Get back in the frame. And of course, I can't have it turned up because we got music going. But I tell them, all right, boys, it's your turn. Let's go. And It was slick. You see all that moss. That's a lot of moss that you're climbing on. Plus, it's full of leaves on that whole entire area there. So it wasn't easy to get up and do this. But it was worth it. It was a cool little spot. And of course, again, if it was filmed differently and all that, it would have probably, you could have made it look epic, you know. But it's a learning process, and it was fun, and that's really all that matters. You know, this is part of, now this is before my whole get up, get out, get ran, do it to it thing, but this is kind of this is what I mean by get up, get out, get ran, do it to it. You know, do some stuff. This is what you call getting up, getting out, and getting ran and doing it to it. Notice how he barely got any help, but, and this is a fun part. I don't know if I got music.
Guys, we gotta take it slow.
But
The map is showing a trap.
so the map is showing a trap. Can you spot the trap?
Looks like the trap is right about here. Woo! No, it's okay. Don't thank my grandfather. That's okay.
I said, no, that's okay. Don't thank my grandfather. And they just laughed because they didn't, you know, I had to say something to get them to respond because, you know, hey, I just got us to a booby trap, and they're not really, you know, very vocal and very, you know, animated, kind of like myself. So I said something.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing. I'm doing what you can't do.
Ooh, I said, yeah, I know what I'm doing. I'm doing what you can't do. So let me put this over that way.
According to the map,
According to the map.
this is the danger zone. On the map, there's an image of a guy running. It says danger, run. So I'm assuming we had better run.
Here come my great special effects. Get ready, guys. So I gotta turn this down
That was close.
because we got some music coming in here. Now what we have here is we're making it to a area here. Again, we're searching for the staff. We already have the pearl of power. We're looking for the staff. Now see, I don't explain that in the movie, and I don't explain a couple other things in the movie. But let's just go ahead and discuss right here while we're doing this. Right now we're searching for where the staff might be. So one of the problems that I didn't really address in here is why we had to go through the booby traps. Well, originally I was thinking, well, if we try to go around the booby traps, we start over back where we started, back where, you know, at the beginning of the trail. And every time we try to go around them, we start back at the beginning of the trail. So you have to stay on the trail, which means you have to go through the booby traps. And that's why, you know, and I wish I would have remembered to have touched on that in the movie, and even did a couple of sequences where we had to start over. But it just, you know, everything goes through your mind, and you're kind of in a hurry, and you're trying to get things done, and, you know. But you do the best you can, and right there is what we're looking for, right there. And I made that gravestone. That's YouTuber. I made that gravestone right there, and I had a Dremel tool, and I dremeled like some picture on it, and I believe it was the staff. I ended up getting rid of the stone, the gravestone, because it was just a little bit too much to have. But it was made out of foam. It was just real lightweight.
Here. Where?
And the ending pops up really quick here, and it don't make a whole lot of sense exactly,
You call your goons off and listen.
because I didn't really explain it in the script. But, you know, I guess the pearl of power, and you get the staff, and and that an evil becomes untamed or something, and it just it calls evil up.
Go ahead and let her go.
You'll see it. It's I wish I would have explained it a little bit better.
It's inside the tomb.
So he called up his other goon to release Elizabeth, because now I took him to where the staff is, and now they're going to break that open. That was a little sound effect I added in there. And this right here is a smaller staff that I made.
I don't know what you're doing, Isaac.
I got it. The power.
Let me turn this down a little bit right here. I don't want. And you'll notice the monster dude and the use of the whip. Let's go back to that. Let's go back to it. So, the power, I can feel it growing. I wish I would have explained things a little better. Unfortunately, I didn't. And so it kind of gets lost.
You tried, old pal.
But there is a point where Miss Elizabeth is saying that it can even raise the dead. When she was looking at the journal, she was saying it can even raise the dead. And so that's kind of my theory there. That's what I did. It's just, I don't know if it was explained well enough or enough times or anything like that. And this is actually a place in our town, like a museum kind of place, and they let us use this their facility for just this right here. They were really nice, and so yeah, and that's pretty much the end. From here, we're gonna go visit Grandpa Indy. And I don't think I can turn it up. I don't remember if I had music through the whole thing. Yeah, I do got music. But basically it's me talking to Grandpa Indy. And this is a cemetery that we just lived right down the road from, and plus I've cycled through there later on 5.5 years, and that's part of my daily route pretty much. But I was lucky enough to find a gravestone that was said Jones. So I'm pretty much just telling him that I've used his gear, all of his gear that he has there to go on this adventure, and that I'm gonna uphold his legacy, and all that good stuff. But yeah, just like that. And of course, we have the theme, Indiana Jones theme, as I'm walking away. I can't really do it, so you know what theme that is. Da, 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 that one. So that's it, guys. That's just kind of a little narrating, a little something of a movie that we did a while back, and I'm proud of it. Yeah, it's got holes and it's not great, it's not something that's amazing, but it was really fun, and it was an adventure, and it's something that I really wanted to do, and it's something I wanted to do again. I even started making another script for a follow-up little film, but we just never did it. And it is what it is. If I ever do another one again, that'd be okay with me. And plus, I'm a little better at editing now and doing stuff, and I got a little better camera situations and even better smartphones. So anyhow, this is something I wanted to do. Was to kind of just narrate this and bring you guys along. Huh? There could be a sequel, who knows, right? So let me get my screen fixed back over here, if I can. Maybe it'll let me. Maybe it won't. I don't know. It does what it wants. It does what it wants. And it wants what it does. Come on now. Oh, I know. Come on, Mike. You can do this, buddy. This part of it, guys. Sometimes things don't work out. If you don't stop... Okay, never mind. I can't get it where I want it. So, what I'll do is I'll just do what I can. Dag nabbit. So, I'll just do what I can. We'll do that right there and we'll call it a day. So anyway, guys, if you have something like that you want to do in your life, do it. Don't wait. Enjoy yourself. Do things like this. And again, it don't have to be perfect, but, you know, it's fun to explore and to do things, and especially your artistic side. You know, we all have something that we have kind of a passion for, a love for, an interest in. And this is one of mine, is just doing stuff like this, and all the videos that you see me put out on my channel. It's fun for me. I've always been the home video guy. I've always been the camera guy. I've always been a tech guy who likes to mess with stuff. So all this stuff is just kind of fun for me, and so you never know, though. I might make another run for another movie at some point. You never know, guys. So anyway, I just wanted to do this and hope y'all enjoyed. I know I enjoyed kind of going over it with you and hopefully explaining some of the plot holes and different things. All movies are going to have them somewhere. Well, not all of them. There's some perfect movies like Indiana Jones. Guys, like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff to the Body Beatdown. That's me, Michael, your incredible host. Get up, get out, get rad, do it to it, and we'll see you next time on the Body Beatdown. See ya.
Get up, get out, get rad, and do it to it!